1, 2. Is this on?
Pageantry, look, and presentation are a huge part of wrestling. You'll always remember those characters whose appearance made them jump off the screen. From the entrance gear to the masks, face paint, and in-ring attires. We'll be covering some of the best examples today as we highlight 10 wrestlers with the coolest ring gear. Rey Mysterio has had so many different masks throughout his career. It was rare to see him wear the same one twice. This, coupled with Rey's popularity, has resulted in endless merchandise that's positioned him as one of the biggest merch sellers in wrestling history. Though there were many different fits and colors, the three main designs of Rey's masks usually stayed the same.
Here he comes, the exciting Rey Mysterio.
As a kid, that's all you want, an autograph, something.
Ahora sí, permítame su licencia para vender máscaras de Rey Mysterio.
One of Mysterio's most famous outfits was the full-body suit he wore at Halloween Havoc 1997 for his 5-star classic against Eddie Guerrero.
First and the only one that I had to put on the shirt in order to put the mask. It was just one piece. The mask comes down with the turtleneck and it's part of the shirt.
Right.
So you can't take the mask off. You're gonna have to rip it off.
Rey's masks were made by Japanese designer Masahiro Hayashi. The masks helped Mysterio become a real-life superhero and one of the most identifiable wrestlers of all time.
Because Rey Mysterio is the most famous masked man in the world, and I'm very, very honored. I'm very happy he became a superhero in the world.
That the Falcons signify my style of wrestling, cross, my belief, Aztec calendar, my ancestries.
That mask is his life. It's been part of his tradition.
It transforms me.
Rey's masks and costumes have often paid homage to different characters from movies and comic books.
Rey Mysterio lost this matchup and had to do that here tonight at WrestleMania. Can you imagine what young Aaliyah or his son Dominic? And now it's Cody Rhodes with that counter. The Alabama slam. Mysterio may be out right here. Rhodes has him. Cinderella story of 2006. Rey Mysterio is back. The highlight of careers to all who work in the sports entertainment industry. And for Rey Mysterio, Taz. Hey, it's the Heath Ledger's Joker. Look at that. What do you think? The green hair? I think that Rey's career is alive and well, King.
It's been rare to see Mysterio without his mask in WWE. But whenever it does come off, it always makes for a big moment. On occasion, wrestlers have been able to defeat Rey after successfully removing his mask.
His head. Oh no! The mask of the Hall of Famer! Pulls him up! What is he doing? And that's...
Rob Van Dam's wrestling singlets featured eye-catching designs that were each unique to his character in some way. From the yin-yangs to dragons to the RVD initials, Van Dam's outfits were always on point. They were airbrushed by artist Joe Holland, who provided the whole effing show with brand new singlets every week.
Van Dam has never lost at WrestleMania. He's 2-0, and he knows a hell of a lot about ladders.
I guess this one's a little special. The outfit that I won the World Championship in. A lot of fans would agree that my outfits were awesome and that was another thing that made me stand out and be different. The action figure people loved it because they could make so many action figures out of me because of my different outfits, just like Rey Mysterio.
One of Rob's most popular attires was the orange tiger stripes. It was worn in both ECW and WWF and has had a few redesigns over the years.
It is Rob Van Dam, having worked now with the WWF referee.
Kurt Angle was another wrestler known for his many different singlets, which were naturally very patriotic in design. Aside from some of the amateur wrestling singlets he wore at the start of his career, Angle's gear was made in-house by the WWE's designers. It was always interesting to see how creative they got, blending the red, white, and blue together in many unique ways.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 237 pounds, Kurt Angle!
The most gifted athlete in the WWE today, Kurt Angle. For Kurt Angle, it is a lot about mat wrestling, but as we saw at the Royal Rumble with that vicious assault on Shawn Michaels,
Does Kurt have a favorite ring attire that you wore for a match? Yeah, the one where I look like a candy cane. A lot of fans hated it. I've gotten a lot of comments. I hate your damn singlet, but I absolutely loved it. I gave most of my gear to charities and Hall of Fames. I was never a keepsake kind of person.
Kurt's Team Angle stable had similar designs for their singlets.
Kurt Angle's got some serious back, Cole.
Come on, Kurt. Come on. Think of him as Brock Lesnar, destroy. Come on. Come on. You're the champ.
Wow.
This was my favorite singlet of all time.
You can see there's like some wear in it and stuff, you know, like.
Both men exerting so much energy out here. Angle surviving for the time being. Double hooks. Great throw by Angle.
Kurt's fellow Olympia, Chad Gable, would also begin to don Angle-inspired gear after starting up the American-made faction.
The debut tonight of Uncle Howdy in the ring.
Well, listen, I understand that everybody may assume that's what's going on.
Randy Savage's colorful outfits were the perfect match for his larger-than-life personality. These outfits not only made the Macho Man stand out, they helped put him on par with the larger wrestlers. Savage wasn't bigger than them physically, so he had to outshine them from a presentation standpoint, doing so with lavish clothing and bright colors that just screamed superstar.
The truth, let me just tell you something right now. I'll just tell you straight. Excuse me. No, now tell them straight. Okay, yeah. We help each other out as...
Ooh, yeah! Oh, no. In the limousine moments ago, but for Macho Man Randy Savage, 6 days away now.
Macho's outfits were made by fashion designer Michael Braun, with each piece costing a hefty fee.
He actually has some of Macho Man's clothes that Michael made for Macho Man.
Nobody can wear Randy's clothes. Nobody. They all look silly. There's something about this person fits these clothes.
He did spend money on his outfits, and they were lavish and extraordinary and colorful. Randy spent a lot of money on the perception of who the Macho Man was.
What he's trying to say to me is, the clothes help me to be believable.
The Macho Man's outfits, they were straight from some pimp's imagination.
Certainly did a great job for our business. Randy Savage is going to go down in the record books, one of the all-time greats.
Kane was wrestling's answer to a horror movie villain, with mannerisms that borrowed from the likes of Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, the latter of whom also inspired the mask worn by the Big Red Machine.
I will set myself on fire.
Hope that coffee didn't burn you.
You have no idea what it's like to be burnt.
The mask and gear Kane used evolved over time, as each incarnation built upon the mystique and lore of the 7-foot monster.
Why did I chokeslam my brother? I am a monster!
What? 326 pounds! Look, they're looking at. Look at what Edge and Christian are looking at. They're looking at two monsters. That Big Red Machine is back! By God, is he back!
And yeah, I would put the mask on. And of course, I was always Glenn. But I mean, there was something that kind of changed, and you could do some things automatically. You didn't have to think about, how do I move or how do I do this? Just kind of like your body and your mind already knew what to do.
Kane was unmasked a few times during various angles.
He's being unmasked! Oh my God, what are they? Oh my God! And your younger brother, for Christ's sake! What?
But it wasn't until 2003 that Kane lost the mask permanently, creating an all-time Raw moment in the process.
Oh my God! Is that a human?
The Ultimate Warrior is one of the most iconic face-painted wrestlers. The paint, along with his neon attire and energetic persona, helped him feel like a beloved superhero. Warrior was a crazed menace, running to the ring while dressing and behaving like a madman.
Ultimate Warrior fans here, Jess, supporters, the Ultimate
The Warriors promos were an entertaining sight. He looked like something from another planet, while making sounds and speaking a space language that didn't sound English.
Fear the giant.
Fear! Fear is an aberration! Jump on my back, grab a body part, and hang on. We don't live by the normal explosiveness that can never ever be recreated.
Reigning Intercontinental Champion,
You are nothing but a normal! You don't deserve to breathe the same air!
Sting's surfer look epitomized the era he wrestled in, of which he was one of the leading stars. Stinger's bleach blonde hair complemented his bright neon attire.
One championship, I promise you that. Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'll stand by you if you stand by me.
Me would have had boots on, he'd have taken him out of his boots. He went up into the air and leveled me. And look at that.
the new heavyweight champion of the world.
The Stinger is coming. Check it out. Oh, yeah.
It was incredible to see Sting transition to a much darker character in the late 90s. The Crow look was a night and day difference in every aspect compared to the Surfer. Sting became the anti-hero, who didn't need to talk much because the look, presentation and aura spoke volumes, making Stinger an even bigger star than he was before.
The only thing that's for sure about Sting is nothing's for sure. That's Sting!
That is Sting occupying... Where is he anyway? Way high up above the fan. What is this all... To show up anywhere, anytime he wants. He hits one right. He drops the bat. Wait till I tell Hollywood. Goodbye, Eric Bischoff. Now he's being cornered. Yes. And now he's gone.
8 guys to beat up a mannequin.
DDP. What a night. He's still holding him off. Oh my goodness. The DDP are gone. Oh my goodness. And again, the long, slow point right at Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
And his charisma was so huge, he didn't need to say anything. He could say more with a look than people could say in a 10-minute interview.
I used to think I was so invincible. Sometimes I do feel that way still.
Finn Balor's special ring attire is unique in that it's also a completely different character. His demon alter ego is brought out on special occasions whenever the storyline requires it. Finn's body paint is different each time, but the main basis of the demon centers around Irish mythology.
The king of the demons, Balor.
When his evil eye opens, the world ends.
These are not just stories, they are a source of power.
The demon is superhero-like in that he harbors greater powers in the ring than Finn does on his own. But the beauty of the character is how scarcely it's used. Balor can only channel the demon in unique circumstances. This persona is characterized by its striking appearance and unmistakable aura.
Finn Balor unleashing the malignant spirit within, releasing the demon.
Shawn Michaels' flamboyant style and distinguished fashion sense was exemplified by his ring and entrance gear. They were produced by seamstress Julie Youngberg, who Shawn gave full creative license to make whatever would pop and fit HBK's character. The result was some of the finest clothing ever seen in wrestling, the type of which only the Heartbreak Kid could pull off.
The girls are going crazy over Shawn Michaels. Listen to that song, that could be the next #1.
Got her inspiration from Madonna. Oh, so that should give you some clue.
#1 contender for the world title to win this Gold Rush tournament.
I did his hats, his earrings, his sunglasses, his chaps, his vests. He had tights, trunks, wrist cuffs.
You have this guy that looks like he could sing with the Village People, right? I mean, he's got the chaps and the stuff and the hat and the song.
It was one of the first ones I wore with DX. And I wear that one now. I like that one. It's not overtly DX.
We've had a lot of champions, a lot of great champions, but we've only ever had one showstopper.
I love this man, the hottest competitor in the world today. He's right there. He's Shawn Michaels.
Of all the wrestlers that have donned entrance robes over the years, Ric Flair's were always the most extravagant. They became a pivotal piece of his flashy persona, identity, and overall presentation. Flair was like a peacock, wooing audiences and showing off for all to see.
Nature Boy, it says on his back.
Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Nature Boy Ric Flair.
The robes were made by a woman named Olivia Walker, and each cost tens of thousands of dollars.
If you wanted to buy the best car in the world, you would naturally go to get a Rolls Royce, correct? Well, if you want a robe, and if you want the Rolls Royce maker of the robes, it would have to be Olivia Walker.
You can buy these anytime you want for about $10,000, $11,000.
The most I ever spent on one was $15,000.
Okay, so your last match with Shawn.
The average price of them was around 10 grand over my career.
No one has styled, no one has profiled quite like that man.
A couple other guys started wearing robes after I did, and I just told Olivia, I said, spend $2,000 or $3,000 more. I want mine to look nicer and be better.
You know, a lot of guys wore robes. A lot of guys wore fancy robes. They didn't kind of do it the way that Rick did.
It's the big gold belt!
Rick's daughter Charlotte has also worn similar style robes during her career as a tribute to the Nature Boy.
In his retirement match. And Charlotte wearing it to the ring here tonight.
Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out a similar video on wrestling entrance themes that crowds go crazy singing along to. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.